Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to episode 20 of Monorail Memoirs. Can you believe it's episode 20 already, Lauren?
Crazy.
It's insane, isn't it? Considering this was an idea that I had at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I rang you because of time difference. I'm like, Lauren, I've had an idea. Episode 20, and this is going to be you get to spend $10,000 in one day at Disney. Go do as you wish. I need to start, however, the episode with an apology. As of about 10 minutes ago, my wife found out that they do night safari tours at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and we didn't go on one. I did know about this. I'd forgotten, if I'm honest. I'd remembered since, but chose not to tell her because it would upset her. Anywho, looks like I'm going to find a way to do that. So, my dear, if you're watching, apologies. Lauren, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right, thank you. So the format of today is we should take it in turns. So in this scenario, you get $10,000 and you get to spend it however you want on one day in Disney. And of course, it could be argued that's quite hard to do, actually, spending $10,000 one day in Disney. Depends on where you are in Disney. But we're going to give it a go anyway. So Lauren, you have the microphone. Take it away. Tell us how you're going to spend $10,000 in a day.
Yeah, so as you say, when we planned this episode, I was like, great, 10 grand, easy done in Disney. Actually, turns out it's really hard to do it on one day. It is actually very, very difficult. So I am starting my day having just woken up in the Grand Floridian in a deluxe room at club level.
What is club level for the plebs amongst us who can't afford it?
So it's got really nice views. So kind of in like, you're in one of the main parts that you can have a view of the castle. You also get kind of like free drinks and food on your level as well. The rooms are slightly nicer and bigger and all that sort of stuff. But for the price, it's probably not worth it. But I thought I've got 10 grand to go at. Why not? So yes, that is where I'm waking up. Opening the curtains and I can see Cinderella Castle right there with the sun just waking up across the lovely Floridian sky. So that is how I'm starting my day. I have also obviously booked a VIP tour. So they are, sorry, I'm going to keep having to look down at my notes for this one. I apologise. Because as good as my memory is, it's not that good. So I've booked my VIP tour for 7 hours at $4,500. However, in that, I get to the front of all the queues.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So if you ever see in Disney small groups of people and they've got a Disney cast member who's got usually a vest, like a checkered blue and sort of a blue and burgundy checkered vests on with a sort of a Disney lapel here, different from the Disney badge up here, but different Disney lapel here. They are the tour guides. What a job.
Oh yeah, I know. Imagine. Also, imagine the people who would meet as well. Because in order to do that, you've got to have some level of money, haven't you? Let's face it. 4,500 on 7 hours is a heck of a lot of money. I mean, that's what we would spend on a holiday for all of us. Like my whole family. So yeah, to spend that on one day was eye-watering. But I was like, I've got 10 grand to go at. Why not? So yeah, we're doing that. Also in my research, which I didn't know that you could do, was you could have a Cinderella's castle photo shoot. Capture your moment in a private photo shoot for the nice sum of $99.
Do you know something? That's not actually bad.
I know.
That's not bad at all.
So I'm also doing that as well at some point in the morning because obviously, as we said last week, your hair and your makeup can run in the Floridian heat, so I want to do that nice and early in the morning. Oh yeah, I have also done a character breakfast at 1900 Park Fair as well prior to stepping foot onto Magic Kingdom.
If you need to know what 1900 Park Fair is, our episode 2 weeks ago gives us a nice little detail about that. That's episode 18, the Disney Food episode part 2, so feel free to go and check that out.
So we're now up to around about lunchtime, and because of my breakfast, I'm not feeling that hungry. So we're just going to go for a bit of a snack. You know, I've got my main meal sort of like at the end of the day. So I'm just going for just like a normal regular snack. I love both the cheeseburger spring rolls, so I'm probably just going to grab something.
Cheeseburger spring rolls. I know you've mentioned these before, but you've got 10 grand and you're spending like $6 or $7, whatever it is, on cheeseburger spring rolls.
Okay, and so then we're going to private transfer via our VIP guide to Epcot. And I'm just going to have a little bit of fun around Epcot, but that is important because I'm then going to have an early tea at that place that you went to, and I have totally forgotten the name of it.
The place that I went to, you haven't now. Tepanedo.
Yes, so I'm going there. So because I've only had a snack, I thought kind of like 3 o'clock, I'm ready for my tea. And that would make sense later on as well in the day, because I've got another kind of foodie thing going on. So yeah, I'm going to there and having a lovely teppanyaki, is it called?
Teppanyaki.
So I'm going
you see, ladies and gentlemen, Laura is extremely well versed in international culture and cuisine, not having a chuffing clue about any of it. It's fine. It's fine. You live within half a mile of where you grew up. It's not a problem.
And then, so we're going to do what we need to do in Epcot, and then we're going to transfer again privately to Animal Kingdom, where we have a private animal trek. Backstage Wild Africa trek at $200 per person with snacks and wildlife encounters. So I didn't know they did that either.
It's a busy day you've got going on.
It is a busy day, but we're not finished. So after my private animal trek, which I think is fantastic, we're then going back to Magic Kingdom, and I am going to do the fireworks dessert party. Reserved viewing for Happily Ever After with champagne, and you know the various desserts that they have on offer. So I'm going to go to that. My other option, which I didn't know whether or not to do, was the private fireworks cruise on the Seven Seas Lagoon. But I know that you're probably going to talk a little bit about that. So yeah, I've opted for the fireworks dessert party. I'm then going to return to the Grand Floridian, and I'm going to go to the Enchanted Rose Lounge, the cocktail bar that Tash spoke about a couple of episodes ago. That is back at Grand Floridian for a little nightcap around about midnight. And then I'm going to go back up to my club level room and go to sleep. That is my day.
That sounds fantastic.
Oh, it does. Oh, and so that was all around about 8,500. So I've still not spent it all. However, I want the really posh ears that you can get on Main Street for like $2,000. So I thought I'd just top it up to that.
That's fair. That's fair. And actually, there was less shopping in that than I anticipated. Which is
the experience.
Yeah, I get that. You know, $10,000 is a lot of money. I don't disagree with anything you said. If I'm honest, I'm not sure how much time you'd want to spend transiting between parks. You know, one to the other.
But it's a private transfer. You go backstage, and within 10 minutes, you're in the next park. You don't need to worry and all that sort of stuff.
Can I point out to people though, if you do the VIP tours, it still doesn't get you a park ticket for the day. Like you still have to have a park ticket to get you that. This is complete gen. All right, you still have to have a park ticket to get into the park to do the VIP tour.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, how insane is that? But so you know what? I agree with the day. I don't have anything too wrong with it. Mine looks a little bit different. It does start with a VIP tour guide though. Absolutely starts the VIP tour guide. So I'm rope dropping Magic Kingdom. I'm having a VIP tour guide for probably the best part of 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
And just do all of Magic Kingdoms. Get it all done. Happy days. Then they can transfer me to Epcot, drop me off, and I say, thank you, Sunshine. It's been a pleasure. There is an expectation, by the way, that you tip them as well. So this gets even more expensive. So we're eating in the background, which is so your dog has prompted me for the next item, drinking around the world. Because I don't care what it costs. I'm just going to do it. And so my lunch is a liquid lunch as I drink around the world, starting in Canada, obviously. And these people who started Mexico, I'll never understand it. Because you finish with
I'm a Mexico person.
But you finish with a tequila. You don't start with a tequila. I banged the table so quickly then the computer actually shook a bit. So sorry for the visual effects that I inadvertently created. But yeah, so I'm drinking around the world and I'm getting whatever I want because I can get whatever I want. And then we're in a bit of a predicament. I have done all the rides that I wanted to do in Magic Kingdom, the VIP tour. I spent a few hours drinking. I'm a little bit buzzed. What should I go and do with my time? I'm obviously going to go and build a lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge because that is obviously what I should do at this stage. So it's all like $250, but I don't even care. I'm going to go build my lightsaber. Mine would probably be red, if I'm honest. But we'll we can have a
and that means nothing to me.
It doesn't. And if we ever hit that subscriber goal, you're chuffing watching Star Wars. I'm telling you that now. The dining is going to be the big one. I'm obviously going to eat at Victoria and Albert. So 2-person prefix A menu. I mean, you set you back $1,000 before you've even really got into the good wines. One of the wines I checked the menu a while ago is $27,000 to spend on a bottle of wine, which is more than we've got. That's more than the amount that we have. So you can also purchase, and this is fun, glacier water. So this is literally from near the North Pole. It is glacier water. So. And it's like $250 for a bottle, but you know what? Why not? Eh? It's a fun little. You got the money. It's a fun little a little bit there. And then between the VIP tour, the drinking around the world, the snacks, the lightsaber, Victoria and Albert's, I've probably spent between $6,000 and $7,000 at this point. So I want to end the night with, as you mentioned, I want to do a fireworks cruise to be able to see. Probably happily ever after the fireworks cruise with some drinks. It's a nice little. We're sending it's between $400 and $500. So that takes me up to sort of 7,000. But where am I staying now? The Grand Floridian, of course, is the best resort. Followed secondly closely by Animal Kingdom Lodge, but secondly by Animal Kingdom Lodge. However, if I've got $3,000 to burn left, I'm going to stay at the bungalows at the Polynesian, right on the waterfront.
Yeah.
Because I can. Anyone who pays for those rooms out of pocket, you are insane. I can only imagine what you're doing. They are available on DVC as well, but I dread to think how many points a night in the bungalows would be. I haven't even entertained it because I'm so far. You can probably add a 0 on the number of points that I've got in order for me to need to stay at the bungalows of the Polynesian. But this is this is a fun little thought experiment, and I ask you, the audience, as to if you had $10,000 to spend in a day, what would you do? What have we done wrong? How would you like to do it differently? I appreciate this has been a little bit of a shorter episode this week, but this is one of those thought experiments that we would just talk about, quite freely and at length. And I recommend you do the same. The VIP tour is the bit that we sort of have consistency, but then we divert between activities versus dining and anything else you can do. So let us know what you think. Feel free to follow us, Monorail Memoirs, email us, monorailmemoirs@gmail.com. There's plenty of other options to get involved in, including commenting, and we will reply. And I don't know if Lauren has seen the ticker this week. The only way that we're going to be getting $10,000 for Walt Disney World is if Lauren selling pictures of her feet. You'd have to sell probably 1 million at 1 penny a time.
I've got runner's feet. They ain't pretty.
Oh. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure as always. Please stay safe. We'll see you again next week. And until then, please stand clear of the doors. Bye, everybody.
Bye.